I might not really need this. I can move around. Kind of made a question. This is the Lisa Baxter Show, and we're on location today with none other than Bishop Joel Rochford, the man of the first notitude. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. He's all that and then some. And I'm here with him today, so sit back and tune in so we can deal with Bishop Rochford here today. How you doing, Bishop Rochford?
I'm doing excellent, Lisa, and thank you for this opportunity to come on your show and be one of your guests.
My pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure. This is the church. This is the best church you can ever come to or visit. I get my praise on here all the time. At least for 34 years, I've been getting my praise and my shout on and my fast on too, believe it or not. Bishop, you know what I wanted to talk to you about today? Because you have experience. You've had members on dialysis, including myself. You've had your mentor, on dialysis, who also will be on the show another time later. And you had a sister on dialysis. Tell me something that you've learned from knowing these disciples or people that you've known on dialysis or family members.
Well, I think one thing that I've learned, first of all, is that it's very, very important that we guard our health. Yeah. Because if you can avoid dialysis, it would be something very, very important for you to avoid. If you can't, thank God that they have it so that you can survive. Amen. But from what I saw, especially with my sister, it's a very, very exacting process was for her. It left her tired after she was finished. It was something that she really didn't want to go through. But again, it was for her to survive, know. Yes. With others, I've seen it's not as exacting, but it is something you need to keep up with.
Oh, yeah.
You can't skip and not be consistent with it. You really need, if that's something that's happening in your life, you really need to be consistent with it and do all you can to make sure that you do everything, all the protocols, because it's going to make you live.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I saw it as a curse and a blessing at the same time, but if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be able to go to 3 times a week or be on the machine for all of that time. And your preaching messages have gotten me through a lot.
Thank God.
Your preaching messages have gotten me through a lot. It seemed like I come in down, you say something, or you preach something, the choir sings something, and it always blessed my life. Yeah. And I always appreciate that about you. I always appreciate, and your wife. Yeah.
And we have several people, as you know, Lisa, that are on dialysis.
Yes.
So you can't be afraid of the process. If that day comes and you have to do it, you have to look at it, as you said, as a blessing, because it can help you live.
Oh, yeah.
And it can give longevity to your life. So whatever you need to do to live, I think it's important for you to do. You just got to do what you got to do.
That's very true. That's you never lied. That's very, very true. Now, if you had to say something to somebody that had a family member on dialysis, what could you or would you say to them to help them or to encourage them like you had to do for your family, for your sister, even for me?
The first thing I would say is try to be very, very encouraging toward them.
Yes.
And also try to get information to understand what they're going through. And this process, because one of the things that I found out is that after you have dialysis, you can be very, very tired.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes you can be very, very tired, which means if that is the case with your family member, you would have to be very, very sensitive toward them.
Yes.
And make sure they don't overexert themselves or do anything that might be overwhelming physically after coming through that process, know. So find out all you can and do your best once you have that information to be as sensitive and supportive to that process for that person.
I agree. We do need support. We do need love. We gotta follow what we gotta follow. You gotta take your vitamins. You gotta rest. You gotta work with your doctor, your nephrologist. You gotta work with the nurses. You gotta work with your family. And sometimes we could be very upset, crying, hurtful. We don't want to deal with it. We having a bad day like anybody else.
Yes.
But thank God. you can get through that with family and support.
Right.
Now, I'm going to ask you something else, because you told us this year you had to deal with cancer. Tell us something about that, because we were so surprised, because you always look upbeat and together, and I knew God had to have kept you if you were able to deal with cancer, and now it's healed and everything. Tell us about that.
Yes, in 2009, I'll never forget, and that's why I am so, I guess, ardently concerned that people have good medical support.
Yes, yes.
I was having checkups. I guess I started in 2008, actually. Having annual checkups.
Yeah, me too.
And in 2009, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. I'll never forget, it was May 19th, 2009. And after they diagnosed me, they gave me several options of what I had to do about it. What I did at that point really was to wait, because I wanted to see exactly what I needed to do in terms of my own education. And I encourage people to educate yourself, get second opinions. Don't just take the first thing that's offered to you or said about you, because you want to be sure, especially when you're dealing with kidney failure or cancer and these other things.
Yes.
I waited. I had other doctors give me second opinions. I wanted to be sure that this was an accurate diagnosis.
Wow.
When I found out all of that, then I said, there's something I have to do about it. That's when I decided, and I had what is called a cyberknife treatment.
Really?
Where they treat you with this machine and radiation. You go there for certain days, and they radiate you. And after the days are over, there's certain side effects and everything. I had to get through all of that. But through that whole process, God was really good, because He brought me through in such a way people didn't even know I was going through what I was going through.
That's so true.
And then after the process, now my PSA is 0 point something now, and you know, so it was very, very successful. But I tell people all the time, the process is necessary for your health, be it painful, uncomfortable, or whatever. First, make sure you get your checkups. Then, after finding out, please don't prolong time, because the longer you prolong time, the worse things can get, and you don't want things to get so bad till they can't do anything about it.
That's the truth. So
take care of yourself. Get regular checkups. When you find out there is a problem, get second opinion. But actively and proactively deal with whatever's wrong with you, so that it doesn't become a major, major problem. Thank God I'm cancer-free now, and still preaching, still doing His will. He brought me through it. But it was a testing time.
I seen you give a little dance there, too.
I had to.
I dance myself. Do a little running when I can. Yeah, so.
Grateful to be alive.
Oh, me too. Alive and kicking.
Yeah.
Alive and well. And we just had a birthday. That's right. 62.
It's amazing.
51. Yeah.
You look good.
You look good. Thank you.
And your birthday is a day before mine.
That's right. I'm the 15th. You the 16th. That's all right. We're in good company with the Lord. I tell you, we're in good company. Well, I tell you, I thank you, and I appreciate you for coming on the show and being part of the show. You've been a blessing, and not just in my life, but many others. You're also an author, so we're going to put your information and everything out there, and we just thank you very, very much.
It's my honor to be here, and I wish you continued success. You've been through so much, but you look wonderful. God has kept you, and I know you're going to have a powerful, powerful impact on many people who have to go through the same processes you're going through. You're an excellent example, and thank you for helping us to go through something that can be very, very difficult.
But
you make it easy.
Oh, thank you. Now, you got the 411 from the Lisa Baxter Show, and we thank you for tuning in. We thank you for coming. And Bishop Rochford, you want to say anything out there anymore, or anything extra? Look right there out the camera. You might want to talk to a man or something that dealt with cancer or anything.
Well, God bless you. And at the beginning of the year, let me say Happy New Year to you. guard your health. If you find out that anything is wrong, go to your doctors, but also educate yourself about that. Get second opinions, but deal with it as fastly and as quickly as you can, because if you can survive it, if you can overcome it and get through it, it's going to give longevity to your life. So God bless you, and most of all, look to the Lord, because he can do some stuff the doctors can't do. He's a miracle worker, and he's able to take you through, even if you have to go through the doctor, whatever you need to go through, and give you strength while you go through it. So God bless you, and may this year be the greatest year of your life. God bless.
This is Lisa Baxter saying, take care of your kidneys and they'll take care of you. Hi, this is your girl Lisa Baxter from the Lisa Baxter Show, your girl around town. I am on location again. I'm going around today to different spots and places. One of the things I wanted to do is talk to two young ladies. One is a child, which is 8 years old, and one is 16 years old, and their children. And this is the first time that I've had children on the show. So you're going to learn some stuff from them, from what they've gotten, learned from family, dealing with polycystic kidney disease, and some things dealing with family being on dialysis and having family members like their grandmother, their aunts, or their great aunts dealing with this type of thing. So we went from the church now, and now we're going to a home. So we're on location today. Take the journey with us, walk with us, go with us, learn something, take notes, whatever you need to or have to do. This show is to make you resourceful about kidney failure and dialysis, and to educate you if you're on dialysis or have a family member or friend that's on it. So as you look at this show and view this show, DVR it, whatever you got to do, tell somebody about it, spread it. Awareness and learning needs to be out there, okay? So that's what we're trying to do, all right? So take the journey. Let's go. We're going to get out of the car now. I'm not driving. I'm being driven today. Thank you. Let's go. Hi, this is Lisa Baxter from the Lisa Baxter Show, and I am here today with two sweet, beautiful young ladies on location. I am with Melody Boyd, and I'm with Latrell Fields, and they are sisters. I happen to be their great aunt. Isn't that something? Keep it all in the family, y'all. Keep it all in the family. Today we're going to be talking about dialysis, because I was blown away when at a young age, when my sister got on dialysis and had peritoneal, Latrell was the one, this is before Melanie was born, was the one that helped her and dealt with it while she did home dialysis. Do you remember any of that, or you're able to tell me a little bit about that, Latrell?
Well, what I remember was when my grandma used to have the machine in her room, and she had a machine, and she had like a pole that had her bag on it, and she could be able to walk around the house with it and still do her dialysis and sit in the kitchen if she wanted to. And it was a lot to handle, but I was the only one here to help her because she was sick, and I came back to help her. And I used to put her on the machine, press the buttons for her, and then
Okay. And that couldn't have been an easy thing because you was young. And I know it could have been like really rough, because I seen these deal with that. She would dwell at night sometime, and that dwelling thing is when she would be on dialysis while she slept. With peritoneal, you could do it while you sleep. You could do it at any point or any time. You could do it a couple of times a day. You did it more often than regular hemodialysis, like what I do and what we do now. But she was doing it at that time, and you were so young. I was so impressed because you knew what dialysis was. You knew what she had to go through. You would help her with cleaning her hands and sterilizing. You just knew what to do. Whether she asked you or whether she said, Trell, go get my stuff, or Trell, do this or that. You knew to put the mask on. I thought you were so cute. If I only had a show then so I could tape you, because you were so small and so young. So small and so young doing this. So I was, grown-ups don't be educated enough about this. So to have a child educated about this, that's just a whole lot to go with and deal with. So my hat off to you with that. My hat off with you. Now, being a young person dealing with